Hi guys, it's Reagan, and today I thought I would do a tag video, and that is going to be the big book tag because I like big books and I cannot lie. I could not do that joke. It was just like, it was just there and I just had to do it. I first saw this video on Katrina's or Little Book Owl's channel and I saw it and I was like, yes, I'm doing it, but the creator of the tag was One Book, One Review, and I will link both those videos down below. Though this is an older tag, so I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it a lot. Anyway, let's get started. The tag dictates to list your top 5 biggest books that you've read in order from shortest to longest, and then at the end talk about 2 books that on your shelf that are the longest that you haven't read. And a lot of the books that I read I don't have with me, obviously, because I'm at school, but I looked up the page numbers on Goodreads with the edition that I have at home. So yes, let's get started. So the first book on this list is going to be The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. I read this in December and I loved it ever so much. It was amazing. First of a series, read it really fast, and the page count on this book is 647 pages. And it did not read like 647 pages. I read this bad boy really, really fast. And it was beautiful. Yes, it was. The next book on my list is going to be Breaking Dawn by Stephenie Meyer. And this book rings in at a total of 756 pages. And I haven't read this book in a really long time. I read it when it first came out. And I read it in like 2 days. So I mean, you gotta give to Stephenie Meyer. The girl writes a book that reads really quickly. At least for me, when I read them very quickly because I did not remember that this book was 756 pages until I looked it up. It was shocked. I thought it was like 400 or 500 pages long. 756 pages. Stephenie, I can't even fathom that. I read that as like a 7th grader in like 2 days. You know, crazy stuff. The third book on this list is going to be The First Lord's Fury by Jim Butcher, the 6th and final book in the Codex Alera series, and this book has a total of 784 pages, which shocked me because I did not know that, because I actually read this book on my iPad. I had an ebook copy of it for whatever reason. I have all those books besides the first one in ebook copy. I don't know, I need to fix that pretty soon because I need to own them. But I had no idea that that book was that long because literally I read it with Jenny, I think in like 5 days or 4 days. I read it so fast because it was so good. Such a good book. I did not know. I thought it was like 400, 500 pages. Did not realize it was that long. Shocks me. This video is more me just finding out how long the books I've read are, obviously, because I apparently didn't know, but that book was so good. Oh, that book was so epic. So much epicness in 784 pages, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Number 2 on my list, I actually have, I have it with me, so ha! And that is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. And this is 836 pages or something? 807, I guess, if you don't count the like character lists and things, which I didn't read, so I'm not gonna count those. That's 806 pages of epic fantasy adventure, hey. Hey, it was really good. I almost just fell into the camera there. And the longest book I have ever read is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling, which comes in at 870 pages. Wowza. It's a long book. Then I read this both as a 5th or 6th grader in like 3 days, as well as this past year, 2013, I reread it in less than a week because it was epic. And Miss J.K. Rowling can write. I wish her books were like 3,000 pages. One can dream. One can dream. And now moving into the part where I tell you top 2 books. The longest 2 books I have on my shelf that I've yet to read yet, which I actually have with me too. Awesome. And the first one is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, book 2 of the Mistborn series. And this is 759 pages. 779 pages. I'm so sad that I haven't read this yet. Really, honestly, like, this depresses me, and I'm gonna read it as soon as I finish Game of Thrones. So beautiful. And the longest book that I own that I haven't read yet is a book I'm actually currently reading, so hey, pretty proud of myself there. And that is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin, and this book is 969 pages long. And I'm currently reading it. I'm almost 400 pages in, and it's epic. And yeah, we'll finish this month, and then I will have this will be the longest book I've ever read at the end of this month. So this video will be out of date in about a week, but whatever. And I will say, this is just a random tidbit, waiting 120 pages between each Arya chapter is actually killing me on the inside. Like, I'm becoming angrier and angrier as I'm forced to wait to know what freaking happens to her. What? So there you go, guys. That is the big book tag, and yes, lots of fun. I love big books. Anyway, I'm not gonna tag anyone because this tag has been out for a while, so I have no idea who's already done it. But if you do it, make sure to leave it linked down in the down bar so I can see it, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.